We have more breaking news. Target announcing it is rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at the company. In a memo to employees, the Minneapolis-based company says it will end its 3-year DEI goals, stop reports to external diversity-focused groups, and end a program focused on carrying more products from Black or minority-owned businesses. The decision follows President Trump's executive orders almost immediately after his inauguration to end the government's DEI programs.
So many people saw that video and was instantly triggered. Okay, to the point where now there is talks of a Target boycott. Not Target. What some people may not understand is Target is not the only one that's dropping the DEI. Other top companies that you love are also on board. This is why it's kind of boggling my mind. Why are we just dropping Target, right? I really feel like we should take out a little time and educate ourselves on what truly is the DEI policies and programs, but we'll also go over why companies are now opting out. And then lastly, we'll give our girl Tabitha Brown, which is a social media influencer, author, and as well a seller in both Target and Walmart. So yes, let's get right into it. So what exactly is the DEI policies? Now, per techtarget.com, it is a term used to describe policies and programs that promote the representation and participation of different groups of individuals. This includes different ages, races, genders, etc. The policies can include employer-mandated diversity trainings, resource groups for underrepresented minorities, and commitments to equity in hiring, which swept corporate America after the 2020 killing of George Floyd. This was per Forbes. Now, why are companies opting out? Well, recently, these programs have faced legal and political challenges, as well as a wave of backlash from conservative critics and free speech advocates. Then, an executive order issued the first day of President Donald Trump's second term. He ordered the elimination of the DEI programs within the federal government. This gave companies the freedom to opt out, and many did. Now, let's take a look at what Amazon had to say. Amazon said it would roll back what it called outdated programs and material in an internal memo. Now, guys, a lot of these companies had different ways of dropping out or opting out of the DEI program. We'll also take a look at what McDonald's, who is also a part of the opting out, let's hear what they had to say. Now, McDonald's announced it would abandon specific diversity targets, cease participation in external surveys that measure company demographics, and would rename its diversity team to Global Inclusion Team. So yes, guys, as we see, a lot of the companies that are dropping out, they're dropping out in different ways, but all the same, they're done with the DEI programs. Now, let's take a look and see what Miss Tabitha Brown has to say also about this boycott.
Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this, right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways, with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, like, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there. There are amazing companies like the Village Market in Atlanta, right, who support small businesses, and you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy, but it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't build that overnight. Do we all sometimes have these big dreams and aspirations to do that? Absolutely, right? But it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control, okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrated as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women, me and Gina Woods, my business partner. We are self-funded. We are self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's a Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased, some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now, but they still need their moment.
Now, me personally, I think the boycott will hurt the Black brands that are in these businesses way more than the dropping of the DEI policy. Because unlike removing incentives that affect employees more than the brands selling their products in stores, boycotting will not only bring Target sales down, but also will hurt many sales of people just like Tabitha Brown. This is why in her video, I think she took a very soft approach, honestly, but people still seem to get mad at her for whatever reason. She simply wanted everyone to not just boycott Target, but if you do boycott Target, you can still shop or patronize the Black brands or the brands of your choice inside the stores. A lot of people took that negatively and thought that maybe she was losing her Black card over this, or just, I don't want to say the word because you know how YouTube is, but y'all get it. Losing the Black card, I'll just leave it at that. So what is your take on this situation? Are you going to boycott any of these top brands that you like as well, or will you not be joining the boycott? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. And let's start a conversation in the comments below. All right, talk to you soon. Peace.